So not to pat myself on the back too hard here, but we may be one of the media outlets in the country that has covered the war on Venezuela more than anybody else. And I'm proud of that fact, but I'm also sort of disgusted that that's the reality. I wish I wasn't. I wish you had CNN and MSNBC and the nightly news and all these different outlets covering this like the fucking scandal that it is. But no, unfortunately, you really have this outlet that's leading the way, talking about this illegal war on Venezuela, which, by the way, has already started. That's the thing. Everybody's got to acknowledge we're already in it. We already bombed, 5 different dinghy fishing boats right off the coast of Venezuela, murdering over 20 innocent people. We have 10 warships in the region, 6,500 troops in the region, special ops in the region, using Puerto Rico as a landing zone to launch an attack. So that's already the case. If it was Russia or Iran or any country that was in Cuba and they had bombed 4 of our fishing boats and killed 20 plus American citizens, right? And they had 10 warships and 6,500 troops aimed at us, what would our reaction be? We'd say we're already at war. It's already happening. It's already here. And so, guess what? Mark the date, mark the time, because it turns out the Democratic politicians have finally said something and acknowledged the reality of what's going on here. So take a look. So this was from October 7th at 1:26 p.m. House Foreign Affairs Committee said the following. The Democrats on the House Foreign Affairs Committee said the following. Trump and Rubio are pushing for regime change in Venezuela. The American people don't want another war, and Congress can't let any president start one illegally or unilaterally. That's not how the Constitution works. So as Ken Klippenstein points out, Democratic Foreign Affairs Committee warns of regime change in Venezuela. Thank God somebody's talking about it now. Now, again, it's a crime. It took them this long. 4 dinghy fishing boats blown up, over 20 Venezuelan civilians killed, 10 U.S. warships in the region, 6,500 troops in the region, U.S. special ops in the region. And it took you till now to say it. But look, it's better than nothing, because it's very possible we live in a world where Trump would start a literal regime change war and invade boots on the ground in Venezuela, and Democrats still wouldn't say anything. But thank God they finally said something. Now let me show you this, because this is a very, very disturbing sign. Ready? President Trump has called off efforts to reach a diplomatic agreement with Venezuela, according to U.S. officials, paving the way for a potential military escalation against drug traffickers or the government of Nicolas Maduro. Let me just pause to say, fuck this outlet for lending credence to the idea that, we're just going after drug traffickers. It's like less than 10% of the drugs that come in this country come from Venezuela. That's the lie. They are lying. They want regime change. They want to steal the oil. This has nothing to do with drug trafficking. Richard Grenell, a special presidential envoy and executive director of the Kennedy Center, had been leading negotiations with Mr. Maduro and other top Venezuelan officials. But during a meeting with senior military leaders on Thursday, Mr. Trump called Mr. Grenell and instructed him that all diplomatic outreach, including his talks with Mr. Maduro, was to stop, the official said on Monday. Mr. Trump has grown frustrated with Mr. Maduro's failure to accede to American demands to give up power voluntarily and the continued insistence by Venezuelan officials that they have no part in drug trafficking. So one of Trump's demands in these so-called negotiations with Venezuela were, you need to step down from power. What? Yes, you need to step down from power, and we want somebody who's a puppet to us to be president of Venezuela. What? You need to admit that you're drug trafficking. Well, we're not. We're not. They literally claim that Maduro is the head of some narco-terrorist cartel. Totally made up. Completely and utterly made up. But you have to acknowledge that. Well, he's not going to acknowledge that. It's not true. But you have to acknowledge that. So now they cut off all diplomatic ties. So understand where we're at. 4 Venezuelan fishing boats already bombed. Over 20 people already killed. 10 warships in the region. 6,500 troops in the region. Special ops in the region. You have Venezuelan officials going, they're going to do a false flag and blame us. This is what's happening. And now Trump, high in his own supply, already getting away with invading like every major American city. Got away with bombing Iran illegally. Got away with bombing Yemen and Somalia illegally, right? I think he might do it. I think he might actually either stage a false flag attack, then attack Venezuela, or just flat out invade. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus fucking Christ. We are so unhinged. It is ridiculous. If any other country acted like us, every nation on earth would say that's a terrorist regime. That's what that is. They are terrorists. They, if anybody needs regime change, it's these people who keep trying to regime change everybody else. This is crazy to me, bro. This is so crazy to me. Completely and utterly unhinged. Nobody's even bothering to make an argument that, oh, Maduro actually is a threat to us, and he's about to attack Cleveland, and we need to respond, and this is defensive in nature. No, the same people, hey, credit for the honesty, right? They changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Namely, we don't care about defense. We do offense. We do what we want, right? That's what they're doing in Venezuela. Guys, I told you this before, but I remember back War on Terror days when they wanted to do the illegal war in Iraq. They did 2 years of propaganda to say Saddam Hussein is the problem. He worked with Osama bin Laden. He's going to attack us. He's already working with Al-Qaeda to try to attack us. He's a threat, etc., etc. They did 2 years of propaganda to build it up to make people go, okay, I guess war with Iraq, right? But now, they don't even bother to lie to you anymore. They just do whatever the fuck they want. Now, meanwhile, we were told America first, right? That's what we were told. We were told, hey, why are you sending money to Ukraine when we got homeless people here in America? Well, why are you starting war with Venezuela when you got homeless people here in America? And by the way, if we were to try to give homeless people a roof over their head, they would scream bloody murder and call it fucking socialism, right? It's always been a bullshit talking point when the right uses it. But as a lefty, I use it and I mean it. Why the fuck are we bombing Yemen? Why are we bombing Somalia? Why were we bombing Iran? Why are we about to go do a regime change war in Venezuela? We have homeless people here. We have people without health insurance here. Trump is increasing the number of people without health care at all now. This is what you're going to fucking spend money on? This is what you're going to spend money on? And the money part aside, the morality of it, the ethics of it, the fact that this is illegal under U.S. law and under international law, it is just maddening. It's maddening. And again, it's just not even really being talked about that much. The Democrats finally brought it up, but what drives me crazy is if the roles were reversed, oh my God, Republicans would capitalize on this like nobody's business. They would scream bloody murder over this if the roles were reversed. But the Democrats see the Republicans doing it. They mentioned it once, but that'll be it, right? And it's like, do you want to win a race? Do you want to save the country? If you do, you got to care about this and you got to fight. I mean, this is crazy. He might actually marry, as we pointed out, the war on drugs and the war on terror, make it one and the same. And now, by the way, the logic of saying, as Trump did the other day, we're at war with all narco-terrorists. So marrying the war on terror with the war on drugs. Stop and think about that. That means now ICE and federal agents can arrest and or kill anybody, even on home soil, and say, well, that was a narco-terrorist. We declared war on narco-terrorists. We're saying that was a narco-terrorist. We don't have to give evidence. We don't have to go to a court or anything like that. We're just saying this is a narco-terrorist, and so we have a right to shoot you in the face. How do we know they're not going to say all these peaceful protesters standing up against ICE, they're narco-terrorists? Guys, I need you to understand, the rules are gone. Due process is gone. The guardrails, the Constitution, it's gone. It's all gone. And so now, we open up this door, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. It's like we're in some like hyper-fascist state. We've gone beyond just garden variety fascism at this point. And that's what we're looking at. So Democrats, wake up, man. I need you to fucking go to town over this. I need you to scream bloody murder over this. I need you to fight over this. I need you to fucking impeach over this. I would impeach over just the bombings of the boats he's already done. All this is illegal. Nobody gave you authorization to send 10 warships and 6,500 troops to Venezuela already and kill 21 innocent civilians. Those people's lives matter. And you didn't give a fuck about those lives. What if that was your family members? Right? So fight over this, but, don't hold your breath. But Jesus fucking Christ, are we up shit's creek without a paddle? This is something that is completely and utterly out of control. And you get the sense that there's no more semblance of reason or rationality governing anything. He's effectively like a man with severe cognitive decline who's going out in what he thinks is a blaze of glory and trying to burn the world and take it with him. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.